Hello, this is my video footage for the fourth seminar. The exercise that have been chosen is the bounding. As done have been mentioned in the task, I will try to not only show how to perform the bound, how to describe the technical model, but also to make a compelling of this exercise when you choose to improve the sprint capacity of our athlete. First bound is defined as a plyometric multiple jump exercise with the aim to improve the stretching shortening cycle. It's important to say that the stretching shortening cycle is classified in the literature as a short with a contact time less than 250 milliseconds and long with the contact time greater than 350 milliseconds. With this in mind, we have to consider that top sprinters, they have reach the maximum velocity phase with the contact time on the ground about 100 milliseconds. And even have in mind that bound is one of the most specific plyometric trainings for a sprinter because of the unilateral application of force and arm drive, and with the similarities of the movement patterns of the running action, we have to bear in mind that bound cannot replicate the same contact time of the maximum velocity phase. As we can see evidence of this particular exercise that in average show values around 270 milliseconds in contact time with the ground. What makes this exercise not the most appropriate for the maximum velocity phase. On the other hand, it could be worth we consider the bound in our programs as a useful exercise for the development of the acceleration phase, another important phase of the sprint which has longer contact time. It's important to highlight that I found bounding one of the most efficient exercise in order to transfer the strength gains in the weight room to the pitch. I could say that this exercise dynamic corresponds to the specificity of the football, not because it is a unilateral application of force, but also because it has a short stretching shortening cycle. Bounding is a combination of sprint and the proper name, bounding. In the video, my athletes are performing the bound in a 60 meters long in a fast way possible, trying to maintain a good technique. In this exercise, the athlete has to bound while sprinting, trying to drive his knee up and maintain the trunk stiff in a neutral position in order to transfer the force applied on the floor through a stiff core. As you can see in the video, this athlete is trying to stay a minimum time on the ground, have an improvement for sure of the rate of force development. He has a good knee drive, also a very considerable extension of the takeoff leg, and one of the characteristics of this boy is that he could transfer to his sprint is the powerful arm action that he used on the bound. This also is a very positive contribution of this exercise when your aim is transferred to the sprint. We could say also that this exercise is called for some as a sprint bound because the aim in this exercise is to reach the line as fast as they can, having a very good knee drive. As you're gonna see in the next video, the same athlete is performing now a 40 meters sprint during his physical test last month. I have to mention here that his athlete improved a lot of arm drive, and although his knee is not so high, he's reaching now 20 meters of the sprint, he's still in the acceleration phase, and especially for football, I think it's fair enough to say that few times athletes in football reach maximum velocity and have the opportunity to have a very good knee drive to apply more force on the floor, because all the time the football players, they are change direction, and so they tend to have more contacts on the floor and a short knee drive during sprint. As we can see now in the pre-stance phase, this athlete is to accelerate, but he has a quite good shin parallel to the floor. Now in a mid-stance position, we can see that he reached his deepest phase of the running with a good flexion of the knee. Now in this picture we can see also his knees under his center of mass. Here, going to the late stance position, you can see that he's pushing quite well behind his center of mass. He's to accelerate, and his arm is in a good position. His trunk is upright. I consider that this athlete has benefit from the bound exercise, and here we can see that how exercise can transfer to the specificity as this athlete use the sprint to most of his actions during the football game.